Hello everyone, welcome to Elliottwave.forecast.com YouTube channel. Today is June the 5th and we are looking at the SPX 60 minutes time frame here as start of the day. This is Henry and here we go guys. The market still remains pretty supported so far and it has continued to rally higher again. Now it's starting to feel like a little bit slow, but still steadily rallying to the upside. Now, again, if you have not seen any of my previous chart of the day, you can watch the Nasdaq where I explain a couple of different scenarios, right? Now, but let's take a look at the SPX first. Now, this is the same sort of scenario and alternates as the Nasdaq that I explained. Also, same reasoning why we are calling what we are calling, right? So, explaining the reason behind the call. Now, also you can see clearly a rising trend line, which if it breaks below, then that could be your first sort of warning sign. To see if the index actually wants to do a deeper pullback. Okay, so ideally it continues to stay above this trend line and continues to go higher. Now you can see right here the rally is in the form of a nest, 1, 2, and then now within 3. Okay, within 3 in the minor degree, and we finish 1 of 3 here, 2 of 3 finish here, and then now it's nesting again. This is 1 of 3 and 3 of 3. Now, couple of different possibilities there. First of all, right? So let's see here. The high here is 7517. Right. So one possible option is that instead of nesting again from here, this would be 3 and 4. This would be 3 and 4. There is no overlap between 1 and here, so that should be okay as a 3 and 4. That's another option, right? So that means still another leg up, but that will be ending 5 in the minute degree and also 3 in the minor degree after making new high. So that's one possible alternate option, which is basically still calling for more upside regardless. Now, secondly, if we take a look here at the 4-hour, this is the 4-hour, right? So let me copy this 1 to here. And we have another 1 to right here, right? Somewhere here. Somewhere, I think it's here. I don't know, like around 7046. Where is 7? Yeah, around here. This is 1, 2. Right. So let's see a couple of things here. Yes, we do see divergence here, and so I think right off the bat, the alternate scenario is we're actually finishing this cycle, right? Finishing this cycle from March as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we are at the last wave 5 before we got a, like a 3-year pullback like this to correct the March and then higher again, right? So that will be another alternate. And if you take a look at this move up, which is looking like a linear, it kind of does make sense to be a little bit cautious about it, right? And be a little bit more conservative in terms of calling instead of nesting. But again, like I explained yesterday in the Nasdaq as well, we are calling what we are calling. So you have two important lows here. One is the March 30th low. This is the low after all the news of the war subsides and then starts to rally. And the secondary low that is important is right here, the May 20th low, right? Depending on which index, they could be May 19, May 18, May 20. It doesn't matter. It's only just a few days difference. Okay. Now, these are the two most important dates. Now, if you compare this with, let's say you compare this to Russell, and again, I use Russell because that is one of the clearest instrument. Right, okay, so let's see. Like I mentioned before, the two most important dates is March 30th and May 20, right? Those are the two most important dates. Now, same thing. This is the same low after all the news of the war finished, and then we rally again to new high, and then the secondary low is this one. Now, in the case of the Russell, slightly different date. This is May 20th. Yeah, more or less same. This one, SPX, is May 20 as well, more or less. Now you can see those are the two most important dates of the bullish view. If you look at the Russell, the rally from here, so I'm talking about the rally from now. In the SPX, you can argue, well, this is like 5 ways up, but in the Russell, it doesn't look like a 5 ways up from March 30th. So it looks to me like this is ending here. This is a correction of this, and then you break higher again. So you have 1, 2, and then a break higher, which is with 3, which should go to 100% or 161.8%, right? So it's kind of, even though you can force it, but it's not really a good look when you try to label this as 1, 2, 3, 4, with the 4 so big here in terms of size and distribution compared to the 2, and also looking like breaks the trend line as well of the channel, which is typically implying this is not wave 4 anymore. Once it breaks out of the channel, then it implies this cycle is over. So if this cycle is over, you need to count this as a 5 waves ending here, because that cycle is over. And then you have a correction against that cycle, so that 5 is ending with 1 in the larger degree here, then this correction is with 2, then you break higher above with 1 again, so you have a higher high here, which is bullish. So again, based on the Russell, or not just the Russell, I mean, I'm using the Russell, but then technically you can also use other indices as well, like Euro Stocks. Now I don't remember the symbol for the Euro Stocks, but the Euro Stocks, you will see it looks similar to the Russell. You got a clear correction against March 30th, and then breaking higher again. So for that reason, because of the correlation, so that means we are, for the time being, calling it bullish against May 20, right? May 20, as long as this level holds, then we will continue to push it higher against this. Now, if this fails, right, if this pivot fails, then there is a possibility we are going to be correcting larger degree from March 30th, okay? But for the time being, that's basically what our forecast is. We're looking for upside extension here now. As long as we stay above this May 20th, then we still favor the upside. Now, if it does break lower again from here, it does kind of giving us a little bit of warning sign. If it breaks below this trend line, that perhaps we are correcting not just the May 20th, but some bigger degree cycle, maybe correcting from here or from here even, okay? So for now, as long as we stay above this trend line, then potentially we can continue to go higher still. Alright, so that's the update for today, guys. As always, please feel free to check out our service. We have 14-day trial. The link is in the description of the video. Now, just last thing I want to say is that just because we're giving, or I'm giving you, explaining to you in the charts and the path, that doesn't mean, like, this is what most people do not understand. The chart itself is not a trading setup. It's not telling you should buy it here, you should sell it here, right? You still have to have a system based on Elliott Wave or any other system that tells you the conditions that you want to see before you take the trades. And then the system, a complete system, should have a very clear rule when you can take the trade, where you should put your stop loss, and it has to be logical. Why the stop loss is being put there, it has to have a rules. Then what is the target? So therefore you can calculate the risk reward sort of ratio and manage your risk properly, right? So so most people don't understand this, and they think a chart is just basically trading setup. Every single forecast is a trade setup, which is not really the case. Okay, guys. So that's the update today, guys. I'll see you guys again next time. Have a nice day, everyone.